Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today's video may be a little bit shorter, but it's a situation that I've been seeing all over my For You page on TikTok, so I just had to talk about it. So basically what went down is this girl, who you may know as Pilates Girl, her username is Succulent Addict, made a video recently that she got absolutely demolished for, and rightfully so, where she was saying that anyone who's 200 pounds or over should not be allowed in Pilates classes. And obviously she did not get the reaction that she thought she would get. I don't know how she thought this was going to go anyway other than how it did, but we're gonna get into it and just kind of talk about everything that went down. So of course, to start out here, I'm gonna show you the video that started all of this off. And she got a lot of flack for this video. Like I just said, very rightfully so. It was very justified, the reaction that she got. And as a result, she did take the video down, but I was able to find this one where it's someone stitching the video, so you'll see like another picture beside it, but the main video plays from beginning to end, so I'll play that here for you now.
This might be a hot take for some people, but if you're 200 pounds, you shouldn't be in a Pilates class. There's no reason why they should allow 200-pound people in a level 2 class. Or you shouldn't be allowed to be a Pilates instructor if you have a gut and you're fat. Sorry, not sorry. What the fuck is going on? Is this even real? Is this America? Standards are so fucking low. This might be a hot take for
So yeah, that is the first video. It is a pretty short video, but somehow despite the short time frame, she still managed to be so vile and disgusting in the video. It's actually kind of a talent. It's actually been a while since I've seen a video where someone was able to be so stupid, wrong, mean, and disgusting in such a small amount of time. And also what really got me when I first saw this was her saying, "Is this even America?" Because like, I mean, yeah, America's quite literally known for obesity and like the challenges with obesity and like having massive fast food and all of that. So yes, this is the America that you live in. Now, obviously, to get into the main issue of this video that she posted, what really bothered me and a lot of people who saw this was that this was clearly triggered by something. Like, she was in a Pilates class and obviously saw someone just existing in a bigger body, and it filled her with so much rage that she got into her car, looks like right after the class, and made a video like this. It's extremely hateful, and that's honestly really disturbing and scary to be around. Like, I would not want to be in a Pilates class with her, just because if this is what she does afterwards and how much rage is inside of her, that is not right. And this was clearly targeted and like specifically about someone who she recently saw or was in contact with, which honestly, like, that is fucking sick. I'm sorry, excuse my language. I don't often swear in my videos, or at least I try to keep it to a minimum, but this whole video just really boiled my blood. And it's crazy because people like this don't want anyone to be fat. Like, you can see she's very clearly fat phobic and extremely hateful, but yet she's then complaining when people who are bigger are in workout classes, which are designed to help you with your physical health and even sometimes your appearance. So it's kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation with people like this, unfortunately, because if people are there trying to get fit and better themselves, that's a problem, but then like they don't want to have to see you exist in a bigger body either. So it's like, what the hell do you want from these people, honestly? And it's like, how does she expect people who are bigger to work out or do things like that and be in exercise spaces if this is the attitude and the judgment that they're met with? Obviously, this type of behavior is what causes people to not want to go to the gym or not want to go to workout classes, because they think that this is a depiction of what the people in those classes are thinking about them. So it's so disgusting of her to put this out there. And even just the way that she's talking about it drives me up the wall. Like the way she's like, if you have a gut and you're fat, like, why are you saying it like that? You sound insane. Like, you actually sound insane. And she clearly thought this was a flex. I don't know what kind of reaction she was expecting to get from this type of video. It really sucks to hear something like this because, one, this girl doesn't own Pilates. It's not up to her who should be allowed to be included or not. It sucks because it really should be an inclusive space that's safe for everyone, and everyone should be feeling welcome at workout classes if they want to try it out. I find it so ridiculous that she's saying, like, is this even real? Standards are so low. Because thinking from her perspective, if she doesn't think that anyone should be fat, and this is not me saying that anyone who's a larger body needs to change, but from her perspective, she thinks that anyone who's larger or over 200 pounds, whatever her threshold is for that, should not be fat, right? But then she doesn't want them to be in workout classes, so what solution does she propose? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I want to talk a little bit about why I think that she thought this was okay to post, because I'm sure most people, myself included, I was thinking, why the hell would you even post this? Like, even if this is what she thinks, maybe she has a group of friends who they just like talk like this all the time and they're nasty and mean and vile. But why would she think that she could post this online and get a positive reaction was beyond me. But the more I got to thinking about it, I really do think that she thought that she would get a positive reaction. And I think the reason for that is skinny talk, which, if you're not chronically online and haven't heard of that, there are many creators who have made videos like dedicated to discussing that that as a whole. But essentially, Skinny Talk is kind of just a bunch of creators who are like thinner, more fitness influencer type people, and they make videos on like how they stay fit, how to lose weight, usually a tough love approach to that sort of thing. And in general, it's been a really controversial side of TikTok anyways, as I'm sure you can imagine. There are some people who are defending it and saying like they have a right to want to be smaller or to stay fit or whatever, and I agree with that. But then there are other people who are pointing out that some of these creators, the language and the things that they say are closely mirroring like ED rhetoric, which I can see that side as well. So I don't really have a super strong opinion on it one side or the other because I can see both sides a lot. I think in general, some parts of it might be doing more harm than good, but then there are creators who I've seen where a lot of what they said I've agreed with and I don't find it problematic. It doesn't feel like they're pushing anything. It's more so like if you want to change, then here are kind of the steps that I use, which I don't think there's anything wrong with sharing that at all. But it's a slippery slope because then it sort of does get into dangerous territory. But anyways, I think there's just a lot more nuance to it than what I can provide in this video. But in general, I think the popularity of Skinny Talk as a whole is probably why this girl, succulent addict, Pilates girl, whatever you want to call her, I don't even know her real name, and frankly, I don't care. I think that that's why she felt confident enough to post this, because she probably thought she's going to post this and then all the Skinny Talk girls are going to rush to her page and be like, oh my God, yes, I so agree with you. Like, it's disgusting. You're so right. And obviously she was not met with that response at all. Even some of the Skinny Talk people who I don't really follow any of them, but there is one girl that I like, her name's Mina, and she did a video talking about this Pilates girl and she was calling it out. She was saying that was mean, it was disgusting, and everyone starts somewhere, and she like does not agree with that at all. Now the worst part about all of this is not even the only video that Pilates girl made about the whole thing, because when she went home after making that first video in her car, she wrote an entire list, like an actual list, pen to paper, a whole page full of notes on why she thinks that people who are over 200 pounds shouldn't be in Pilates. And I couldn't find that whole video. That one was deleted, and unlike the first one, I wasn't able to see anyone re-uploading the whole thing, but there were lots of people who stitched it, so the video was playing in the beginning a little bit. And I found one creator here who I'm going to play his video. He was reacting to it and kind of talking about what she said, just to give you some context as to like what was on her list of like reasons a little bit and just why it's ridiculous.
Why I think fat people shouldn't be in Pilates.
Succulent Addict made another video about why she thinks that fat people shouldn't be in Pilates class, explaining that if you are over 200 pounds or anywhere close, that Pilates is not going to help you anyway, that you're better off going to the gym and burning some of those pounds there because you're just going to be wasting your time in Pilates. I don't know what possessed her to come out and say this nasty, evil, like little conversation. Like, who is she having this with? I always thought that people that attended Pilates classes were like the richer people, the more affluent people that didn't need to go to just a regular gym and be amongst the peasants. That's the vibe that I'm getting. And she kind of proves that. I'm not saying anybody that goes to Pilates is like this, and what shocks me is that on her Twitter, she posted a comment in 2022, remember to be kind. And I think she forgot about that. It's been a few years, and I know social media is toxic, and that's might be what has been feeding it. She's been feeling kind of some type of pressure from social media to be mean, just like everybody else that you see. But it's just frankly sad to see that we're at this day and age where we feel comfortable saying this, like this is going to be edifying for the people, for any.
But yeah, so that's that. I didn't hear her whole list, obviously, and that's unfortunate. But I will say, from what I've gathered, it doesn't seem like she's any type of expert or authority on the topic at all. So I don't know why she thinks that she can say whether Pilates is beneficial to someone who is over a certain weight or not. And if she thinks what she's saying is beneficial, like, oh, well, it won't benefit you because of X, Y, Z. One, I still think that's wrong because I think people should be able to do whatever they want, especially something like a workout class, which is meant to be, like I said, fun and just a way to get your exercise in. I don't think anyone should feel beaten down for their choice of how they choose to move their body and be healthier. But why, like, if she was coming from a genuine place of not thinking that it would help them, why would they believe her anyways when she so clearly hates them? Like, why would anyone in a bigger body watch her first video and then be like, yeah, she has my best interest in mind, I'm gonna follow her and listen to what she thinks I should do? She clearly hates them. Why would they listen to her? Just for a little backstory too, Pilates was invented by a German man named Joseph Pilates, hence the name, and it was actually created initially as a way to rehabilitate people who were in World War I, and reformer Pilates specifically started with Joseph experimenting with a way to have people be able to start rehabilitating and using their muscles again while they're still bedbound. Hence why with a reformer, it's almost like a bed shape, and it actually started in hospital beds. I'm going to play a video here of a girl who, she kind of explains the same thing, but she goes a little bit more in depth with it. I'm going to let her video play here, but I just want to touch on that because prior to this, I didn't really know the history of Pilates or anything like that. But again, I find it really interesting that it's something that these people, like these thin girls, are trying to gatekeep and act like it's theirs to gatekeep, when I feel like Joseph Pilates, were he here today, would tell her she's absolutely ridiculous for her line of thinking.
If you're 200 pounds, you shouldn't be in a Pilates class. There's no reason why they should allow 200-pound people in a level 2 class. Or you shouldn't be allowed to be a Pilates instructor if you have a gut and you're fat.
Hi Queens, so this is actually giving major loser behaviour. And it sounds like you're someone who doesn't actually know the history, the origins, the core ethos behind Pilates. Time for a little history lesson. This is our king, Joseph Pilates, the founder of Pilates, and it was his mission to rehabilitate fallen soldiers during World War I. Started using hospital beds in their springs to create exercises for the injured, sick and disabled soldiers, which laid the foundation for the Pilates equipment you see today. Fun fact, Joseph Pilates was actually inspired by the intuitive stretching movements of cats, which I think is really inquisitive and cute of him. With that all being said, the core principles, ethos of Pilates is inclusivity and accessibility. Therefore, Pilates is a principle and a practice that anyone can do. And I'm not gonna lie, I find it really jarring that you think that you're eligible to police people's bodies when you have no credentials or care for the practice of Pilates, clearly. Anyone and everyone deserves the chance to exercise and to feel good about themselves. And I just know that poor Mr. Joseph Pilates would be turning in his grave right now if he's seen your pitiful, pathetic and harmful rhetoric. Pilates is a practice that is inclusive and welcomes everyone. And you know what, now I can't wait for my 7:15 class. Hope that helped.
So yeah, I really like that video, just wanted to include it. So then after getting absolutely ripped up, she made a video apologizing, of course, because that's what influencers do when they get called out, and it did not help her case. People were not buying it.
Hey guys, I wanted to come on here and just formally apologize for my last few videos. They were nasty, and I think the reason why I posted them was because I think there are some insecurities in me and some self-hate or something, but my membership got revoked, and I was told not to go back to work. So it's I've learned that I can't let those things like take over, because it's not okay and it's just not pretty and it's nasty. And I just feel really bad. I just feel really bad that I was just mentioned, and it's just so toxic, and I'm just so sorry about that. That is, as you can see, that's not my content. That wasn't my content back then. And I don't know, I just feel really bad. And I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. I think I just need to go to therapy. And I need to go to church. And I just need some like self-reflection, honestly. Because that was just so nasty. But anyway, I just wanted to formally apologize and say I'm so sorry if I hurt your feelings. I just need to work on myself, and I can't let that self-hatred just like be reflected. So anyway, I hope y'all can forgive me and just get over that nasty post. I deleted it, obviously. Like, I don't think it's okay for it to be roaming around and spread negativity. And I'm just really ashamed and embarrassed of how the negativity just spread. So I'm really sorry, and I don't think I deserve a platform like this, honestly. So if you want to unfollow me, if you want to I don't know. Anyway, bye.
So yeah, that's her apology. There is basically nothing good about this, in my opinion. But starting out with the obvious that she said more than once that really stuck out to me was, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. That right there, like, just stop in your tracks. If you're saying that, that's not an apology. Even if maybe she doesn't get why people's feelings were hurt or doesn't fully agree with it, if she's apologizing, she knows their feelings were hurt. So instead of saying, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, she should be saying, I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings. I'm sorry that my post made anyone feel upset, or I'm sorry that I and my words were hurtful. That's taking ownership. Saying, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings is such a way to like brush off the feelings, the very valid feelings that people have about this. And it also seemed like she was only apologizing because there were consequences for her. She said that her membership to Pilates was canceled. She's not allowed to go back to that studio, which thank God. And she was told not to go back to work, which is crazy. And honestly, we love to see it. But it feels like that's the reason why she was apologizing and saying she can't let those things take over, which to me, it doesn't sound like she actually wants to correct that. It's more so, I shouldn't have let the rage inside of me spill out so people could see it. Not that she doesn't think she should have thought that way, but she just thinks that it was a bad idea to post it, which, I mean, duh. In my opinion, she needs serious help if she's even having thoughts like that, because I just don't get seeing people just exist doing nothing wrong and you have that much rage inside of you. Like, something is obviously amiss. I personally can't even understand what would go on in someone's head to make them so mean and then to, again, have the courage to post it online thinking people are going to agree with you. It's a total lack of empathy, and it just seems so like disconnected from reality. Like, where have you been that you think you could post something like that and not have side effects from it? It's so weird to me. A lot of time people say like hurt people. So maybe she does feel like very insecure with herself or not good enough. So she wanted to beat people down to boost herself up, but clearly it did not work. And the rest of her apology, like saying I need to go to therapy and to church. I mean, yeah, I agree with that, but it kind of feels like just fluff or just things that people say. I don't know if she's actually going to take any corrective action. I hope she does though. And she also said, kind of in the same vein as I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, that I hope you can forgive me and just get over that nasty post. Saying get over it in the same line as saying I hope you can forgive me is wild. Like, that is just so wild. And to me, again, this just seems like a mean girl who's never had anyone actually tell her like it is, and this is what got her to this point. But yeah, generally speaking, I just think that she was sorry for herself, that there were consequences. So I think that the apology was to save face. I really think that she thought she would come out of this being praised by Skinny Talk and whatever. And when that didn't happen, I think she was embarrassed by the fact that this is now her reputation online, and I think that's why she was apologizing. I don't think she's actually sorry for what she said. And then I just want to quickly touch on it because it's something that was going around with this whole situation, but there were rumors that she wasn't actually let go of her job. People were saying that that was just a cover up and that they just deleted her profile from their website, but she still works there, that they made her apologize just so it looks a little bit better. And there were also rumors that she's allegedly sleeping with her boss at that job, which again, no idea if that is true, but I wanted to touch on it because those are comments that I know I'll get since that was like a big thing that everyone was talking about.
Listen, sit down, because this is. Do you remember the girl that went viral for saying that fat people shouldn't be in Pilates? Yeah, so the internet found out where she worked and people were saying she got fired from her job. But someone messaged me and allegedly she's still there. According to the message, her apology video wasn't real. It was made by the clinic's marketing team to protect their image. Allegedly, they say they didn't fire her. They just deleted her photos and made her say sorry on camera, allegedly. Here's where it gets wild. She's not just a dental assistant. Allegedly, she's also the doctor's personal assistant at his house, at his office. Again, this is all alleged. I cannot confirm it. I'm just sharing what someone sent to me. But if this is true, man, this says a lot about the internet. Y'all are good. And I would just like to say to anybody that wants to do Pilates, or anything you want to do, no matter shape, size, form, figure, color, anything, you can do it. Don't fucking let anybody tell you what the fuck to do. You're a blessing. You are beautiful. You're loved. Do it. Fuck the hater.
But yeah, like I said, I have no idea if any of that is true or how people figured that out. So for all we know, it's not true at all. But I just wanted to include it so that I could fill you in all of what's being said so that you can kind of see everything addressed in one video. And if that's true as well, she has a lot more to work on than we even realized. So that's basically the drama and all of what happened. She deleted all of her videos with the exception of like a few videos of her cat on her page. And even the apology is gone now. So I don't know what to think about all that or if she's ever going to come back to posting. But I feel like if she does, especially anytime in the somewhat near future, she's just going to be getting comments about this and everyone will still know her as Pilates girl because this went around a lot. I think it's important to call this out when you see this type of stuff because like I said, on the other side of that, there's going to be people who are like, damn, now I don't want to go to a Pilates class because that's how people are going to look at me and this is how I'll be viewed. So I think it's important for us to come together and say that, like, no, there's tons of us who don't stand for this type of behavior and won't let people be talked about in that way. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on it because her video really drove me up the wall and I just needed to chat about it and see what you guys thought about it too. I would love to hear your thoughts. So make sure you leave a comment and hit subscribe down below. And just a little bit of housekeeping because I literally never mention it, but I do have memberships set up on my channel. If you want to be a member, there's no like perks or anything. I don't do lives or anything like that. It really is just like a support, extra support for the channel. So if you decide to become a member, also thank you so much for that. I never talk about that. That's probably like the only time I'll ever bring it up because I feel too weird. But yeah, I appreciate you regardless. I recently had 5 years of posting videos on YouTube, so that's been super cool and I just appreciate all the support so much. With that being said, thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!